Stanford University. Please visit us at stanford.edu.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here with you on the final CAT debate on one of the finest universities of the world. Truth be told, I'm not here anymore, as you know, but my company might face the same fate if it does not change rapidly. Today, I want to tell you 3 stories to avoid that and to bring Apple back to its original mission. To be different and to make a difference in your lives. That's it. No big deal. Just 3 stories. The first story is about connecting the dots and dropping out. The iPhone growth story might come to an end very soon. The plateau has been reached and forecasts predict that by 2018 a very small growth average is possible, about 4.3%. Reaching maturity is of course something completely different than the radical new user experience we introduced 9 years ago. We even beat Nokia, who was the dominant market player at that time. But now we need to make sure we're not in the same position. Or do we want to be like Nokia, Kodak, Sun Microsystems? They're not here anymore. Just take a look at the increasing global market share of Android. Critics say we need to focus on incremental innovations, but that's already part of our business as usual. What makes Apple different, business as unusual, is to introduce new experiences as soon as the previous ones have reached its maturity stage. Who changed the computer industry? Who changed the music industry? Who changed the mobile phone industry? We usually are there before the market arrives, and now we run the risk to run after the market. And I sincerely doubt that the incremental improvement mantra will save us. And this brings me to my second story. Critics say we need to widen up our market, whether that's focusing on new B2B partners or new emerging markets. Well, this common sense strategy is already happening. That's what we call business as usual. But as evidence shows, it does not bring us to the world-leading position in which we made a difference in the last 15 years. Partnerships with SAP and other B2Bs are necessary and fine. Yeah, really fine. But that's exactly what our competitors are doing, as mobile BYOD strategies demand multi-adaptability and not only with OS. If we want more exclusive partnerships, then they will be based upon our capacity to innovate and to be different. Not just doing what everybody out there is doing already. Which brings us to the third and final story, which is about breakthrough innovation. Our core ingredient has been to combine in new ways top-notch technology, new business models, and people's experiences. Time has finally come to replace our aging cash cows. There's a need for different perspectives and creative strategies to come up with real synergies in our innovative ecosystem, which brings Apple again ahead of the rest. To use an old analogy, combustion engine ropes, metal rods and slabs of wood had existed, yet the first airplane was a breakthrough innovation. The same exactly we did apply to the iPhone. And I'm convinced that this narrative is applicable on some of the other existing Apple ingredients, and there might be ways to break through. Imagine a smartwatch with long-lasting battery life, completely integrated in our ecosystem, where your payments, your transport, your calling, your biometric authentication, your safety and security needs, your travel, your geo-localized services, your voice control, your feedback, all start connecting from one device. You get it? All in one smart wearable device. Are you getting it? It's not just an external display, but the center of the Apple ecosystem of connected devices. Could we apply the same thinking patterns on other recent devices, such as the Apple TV? In short, what I want to say, let's not focus on an incremental today, but on a disruptive tomorrow. The only thing that can revamp the core values of our market brand, and finally, the only recipe that has worked in the past for a strong growth in the nearby future. Let me finish these 3 stories with an important visionary quote of Wayne Gretzky, which I've used before. I usually skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been. We have always tried to do that at Apple since the very, very beginning, and we always will.